take a look at this ACT math question from December 2021. It's number 47, and it says that a number line graph includes the points at real numbers A and B as shown below. Which of the following inequalities expresses an interval that must include the product of AB? So we've got a couple of keywords in this question, but as I'm beginning to look at this, my main thing that I'm looking at is the product of AB, and that means we're multiplying A times B. We're not given actual numbers for A and B, and that's usually evident. We'll see that in questions in this upper quarter of the test. This is question number 47, but that's okay. We can work. We're making generalizations. What do we know about the values of the numbers A and B? We know they are real numbers. That means they can be positive and negative, and they could also be fractional and decimals. So let's take a look first at A. A is a number that is between 0 and -1, so that's going to make A a negative number. It's going to be negative. B is a number between 0 and 1. B is going to be a positive number. The first thing that I always look at, especially when I'm doing products, I want to look at the signs, because we know when we're multiplying numbers with different signs, there's going to be an effect. So a negative number times a positive number, this result is going to be negative. Negative times positive is a negative. So that may play a role in looking at the inequality. We're looking for an interval in where our number could fall. So looking at our different answer choices, we are looking only for negative numbers. So let's look at our answer choices and see what we're going to find. So we know we have the product AB in the middle of this interval here that we're given. And we know here that they give us that AB ranges between -1 and A. Well, that could be a possibility. We said A was negative. This is a negative interval, so that could be okay. Here we have from A to 0. That's still going to range within this period where A is negative. That could work. From 0 to B, this is in the positive range, 0 to B. So we know C is out. From B to 1, and that's here. This is in the positive range. We're not going to have a positive number. And from 1 to 2, and that's totally out because we know we have a negative answer. So what we need to determine now, is AB falling between -1 to A or from A to 0? To distinguish between the answers A and B, at this point, I'm going to put in some test values. And looking at my graph, it just looks like that I could use a value for B. Let's put B to be equal 1/2. It's approximately 1/2. Now, what about A? A is going to be over closer to a -1, so I'm going to make A, remember it's negative, I'm going to put that maybe at a -3/4. Now let's look at our product. If we do A times B and we plug in these test values that we've put in, a -3/4 times 1/2, when we multiply here, we're going to get a -3/8, -3/8, which we knew it was negative. Now, we used A to be 3/4, so how does 3/4 and 3/8 compare? This is our product, AB, and this is A, and these are both negative. To compare these two numbers, we can do this cross multiplication. 4 times -3 gives us a -12 value. 8 times -3 is a -24. -24 is smaller than -12, so we're going to have a less than relationship here. So what did that tell us? We know that AB is larger than A, so that's going to put it in this range here from A to 0, which is the interval listed by answer choice B. So again, we try to use information that we know about the values, and then if we need to go further, we put in some test values. If you need some more practice on questions similar to this, I would suggest you look up the topics of number lines, inequalities, and products. looking at the properties of the numbers when you take products. This is your math question of the day. We have lots more videos to help you prepare for the math section of the ACT. Subscribe so you'll get our next practice. Until then, practice a bit more on your own, and when you take the test, you'll be glad that you did.